What's up? It's Tommy Gill. Watch Open Mic Live now.
Open Mic, the show.com. It's Open Mic, the show.com. OpenMic.com. OpenMic.com. Open Mic, the show.
Warning, the following program may contain moments of great personal reflection, sudden and striking realization, things you should not try at home, the truth about cats and dogs, incomplete thoughts, rambling gibberish, completely ridiculous opinions, winning lottery numbers, things you could really care less about, barking dogs, and unfortunately, Mike and Stan.
Who likes to be silly? I like to be silly.
What kind of radio show is this?
This town needs an enema.
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Get up.
That's right. Stupid again. Open Mic Live back. We took a little hiatus, but we're back today. We're bringing you all the same crap that we usually bring and more. We got some new stuff. We got some games. We've got some gossip. No, what do we got? We got some news reporting. We've got where is the News Force? Tampa News Force. We need Tampa News Force covering this too. We'll tell you more about that in a minute. You can find us at openmictheshow.com, IRN Broadcast, No Name Network. Catch the replays on, that's not, yeah, we're on No Name Network still. Okay, 920 WN The Apple will replay us Friday nights at midnight. We're at Bubba Army Radio if you're a subscriber there. And I think we're still on Pulse.radio or pulse-radio.net. We went live. He played us the first week, and then we took 2 breaks. So I don't know if he's keeping us, but tough shit. Also follow us on all social medias. Pretty much everything is Open Mic, M-I-K-E, theshow.com. Stan, how you been? You got a little rest and relaxation out of your system?
I did. I love the way we say hiatus, and it was only like 2 fucking weeks. I mean, that's like a Christmas vacation.
That's a long time. 2 weeks in a row for us? That's a long time.
Yeah, but they're thankful.
Oh, I know.
Right, so it worked out well.
Especially fucking weeks.
But yeah.
Those are longer. Those are actually 8 days.
No, I needed some head clearing time, so yeah, we did that. Shook out some cobwebs and
I got away.
Yeah,
I loved
cleared
it.
some things up, and feel great, feel good. So this week I want to talk about a few things that we've done, recently that I'm pretty proud of, and I think are accomplishments of us. I also want to mention that you forgot we will be reiterating full Harmo with Mike in segment 4.
I said old stuff.
So you've had a couple weeks now, right?
Oh, yes.
So you should be way better than you were the last time.
No, I'm 2 weeks better.
And here it is. Most importantly, today we will be. This is the first for Open Mic Live. We are going to be clearing the air about some things that have been going on in the Tampa Bay comedy community. Tampa Bay comedy has had a little bit of a divide recently, which I was going to stay out of until one of the comics, which reached out and
so we're
said,
not mentioning any comic's name, even our guest, right?
Reached out and said, "Look,
let me breathe into the mic real heavy."
Come in here. I'm like, you know what? We're here for all of them, every single one of them. So it's worth looking into. That comic was the one sitting with us right now, Mr. Steve Lazlow.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, Steve, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing medium rare.
Yeah.
So on the outside, I'm cooked, but inside, it's all just blood, bloody. Yeah. We're all
well
pink.
said. Donnie Stopa, what's up, brother? Speaking of bad comics. No, but so, I mean, I do appreciate you reaching out to me because it kind of, this is the first for me.
You're like an investigative reporter on this one.
I do research on all my guests.
Which was awesome I could tell once you picked up the ball and ran with it that, you were going to find the truth. I don't know you guys, that you were going to be, like you said, you were going to be impartial, and that's what you've been. So
and that's the thing. Is
I can't appreciate it enough. I really can. Just that you're going to tell people what really happened.
And I can't wait to be honest with you. Like, I literally wanted to stay out of this.
It's been such a long wait.
I really wanted to stay out of this until I started digging in. And then I was like, you know what? We have nothing to lose because all we're not taking sides. None of this is based on opinion. Everything we're about to share with you is based on honest, factual research. And that's the thing is usually all I got to do is go to your about page and go, oh, he's 43. Fucking, he loves Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Right.
This was way more fun than that.
You acted like a journalist,
Actually talking to people.
Yeah.
It's like, It's insane. Not only how easy it is to convince somebody of something, you know what I mean?
Of course.
But how easy it is for people to believe something without knowing anything about it. And that happens everywhere all the time. And we will get into that today with you because I think it's only fair. And I did reach out, and anyone that has anything they want to bring up with Steve, anything, I don't give a shit what it is, we will address it today. I promise you. Just put it in the chat. I reached out. No one wants to message back to me anything, so we're here. Here's what we want to get into about us. That'll come up in about 30 minutes. This last weekend, Mike, we, on a Sunday afternoon at 3:30, had how many people show up at a park?
It was close to 30, right?
It was 30. I did a head count in the picture. There was 30 people. All, I think 28 of them actually were musicians. 13 bands were represented on a Sunday afternoon to get together and discuss how to start
screwing other bands over.
No, how to start getting paid and how to start working together
and how to make
building a
kombucha
community together and fuck the other bands, basically. Like Steve. So
no.
So I mean, when 29 people said they were going to be there, how many did you think were actually going to show up? Be honest. I was at 15.
See, I don't. I mean, when you go through the Facebook, will you come to this event? That's all bullshit numbers anyway. I mean,
right.
I've had 40 people that were coming to my birthday party and 7 showed up. So,
the show we did at Brass Mug, I think 39 people said they were showing up, and we had 119.
Yeah.
If you click interested, that means you're not coming.
Right.
Yeah, you're not.
If I could just get her to click interested, I'd be.
If you don't click, you're probably going.
Right.
But 30 of them showed up.
No, it was a good turn. And
100% turnout.
The impressive thing was that it was 16 bands that represented.
13 were good.
I mean, I don't math well, so shut up.
It's not your job.
Thanks for fucking pointing that out.
Can you tell he doesn't do the fucking research?
13, 16, tomato.
But it was a
pretty
success.
one.
To me, that's a success.
Yeah.
And they made some face-to-face, new meetings. Conversations were had. I mean, structural things weren't solidified, but we didn't have time for that.
Pot was smoked. Jokes were told.
That's the strangest
Allegedly,
thing. Bands don't party like they used to party, dude.
No.
Bands these days, it's not the old Metallica back in the what?
I couldn't find any heroin. It was sucked.
Don't get me wrong. They drink, they smoke their weed, but it's they're in bed by 1.
Yeah.
What the hell is going? Comics stay up later than fucking bands, dude.
No, and a lot of the younger comics don't party either. You'd be like, hey, you want to get high? And they're like, I don't get high. And you're like, what, do you have a good childhood? What's wrong with you?
You don't have daddy issues? What the hell?
You're never going to make it.
Your parents hit it well. So anyway, Tony Madden, what's up? Ashley, do you don? You're hanging with the wrong band, she said. No shit. So bring me the right ones anyway. So what's that say? If only Stan was good at finding teeth as he is researching stuff. Fuck you, Glick. And those are my friends. Look, Steve's like, I've been thinking that shit.
People are so cruel on keyboards.
Keyboard commandos are fucking awesome.
They always go to the anger. They always go to that first. It's so weird. I try and say positive things about comics, and no one else does it.
Well, what sucks is he doesn't even wish that he could take that back. Like he's not like, oh
what?
Shit,
No, yeah, he's like, zing, I got him.
Dick, right, fat
like
bastard.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, Steve, welcome. And anything new in your life, real quick, Mike? Let's do that.
I mean, I got away. It was one of the first vacations that I could say that I actually benefited from. Like, how you go away and you plan on it and everything. There were some miserable things that happened, but when I got finished, I came back with just like a better, clearer head.
Where'd you go?
We went up to, I went with my buddy. We went camping down the Swanee River on our paddleboards. So we paddled 40 miles down the river and pulled over to the side and camped and then got back on the next morning.
Jesus.
So it ended up being 3 days, and then we stayed overnight across from the park.
Have you ever heard that camping joke?
Yes, I know exactly where you're going.
If you woke up with
would
the
you
used
tell
condom
somebody?
hanging out of your ass, right? Yeah. You want to go camping?
Well, I guess let's go and say it.
No, Steve, no one's ever heard that.
It's the oldest joke in the world.
Fresh.
And I think every time you go camping, you have to tell the person.
Yeah, but we were minimalist, so there were no condoms. That was just extra weight.
Have you ever been paddleboarding?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's very
Once?
No, many times. It's very zen
really?
like. Yeah, I live right over by in Tarpon, right over by the water.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I went once.
go.
I'll be taking a kayak next time.
Oh,
I do
got
that.
a
I
better
kayak
board
too.
for you
I
now.
kayak too, and like the dolphins just come right up to you. You just see everything.
I like the paddle boards better because you
Yeah,
can
it's slow
see out.
motion. Yeah. It's just, and you're just part of it. You know. It's
And we do have a Eminem paddle tours. My buddy Mike and I, we do go out and paddle. So if you're interested, we will rent you.
They
a rig
try and
and
do
we'll take you
yoga
out.
on the paddle boards off the beach.
I've tried to do some things, but I have enough times trying not to fall because I run into shit and don't pay attention. Oh, I dropped my paddle and like the river's going 3 miles an hour. You lose your paddle on the river. Somebody's going to get it for you because you're not getting it.
Right.
I mean, and it's funny you say that. You're so worried about falling, you know what I mean? Which, when I first went out, like, my whole first half of the trip was that. And then all of a sudden, we just started talking.
Just bend
on
your
the way
knees.
back,
Yeah.
And
You're
I
allowed to
didn't
sit
even
down. I
think
brought a
about it.
cooler on the trip.
Sure.
I could sit on the
I was
cooler.
gonna say, did you bring everything on the paddleboard?
Everything. Yep.
Or
Yep.
you weren't? It was all.
I
was it
act-
strapped on.
Yeah. I actually brought too much stuff because again we had a rocky
Weighs
start.
it down, or-
Well, no, I just carried more shit than I needed to.
Right,
Because
right.
I had to carry that stuff up hills and
That would be me too.
we had all of our food and everything with
Why'd I
us.
bring all
and
this
you know,
crap?
I'm not one of them testosterone-driven guys, but as we're going, my legs are starting to do this, and I don't want to sit, even though it's just me and him
Why?
out there. And he's like, he obviously saw me, stirring things up, and he's like, it's okay to kneel down or sit down. I'm like, oh, thank God.
You could just sit and hang your legs off it, and
I know that now, but the very first time you go out there, you don't want to be the.
But not to mention the board he was on was a very, very, very beginner board. It was really thin. It wasn't that wide, so it wasn't the best first time board.
yeah,
It
I
was
know this
okay.
woman. She goes, she takes naps out there, man.
What?
I've wanted to, but I get so nervous because I'm on the Hillsborough River and boats are
Oh, yeah.
assholes and
But
jet
no,
skis
I
are
mean,
worse.
but
I mean,
over-
like standing up.
But over by like Sunset Beach where I am, if you're in close to where the houses are, it's too shallow for boats.
Okay.
So it's she's out there sleeping.
Sunset Beach, we used to go there quite a bit. There was a place out there on Sunset Beach. That's a nice little spot, dude. It's
Well,
not
the one in
crowded.
Clearwater, the one in Tarpon next to Howard Beach.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
two
yeah.
Sunset Beaches?
Yeah.
I went to the good one. No.
I only go to Ben T. Davis.
I've taken 10,000 sunset pictures there. Maybe I don't know if you've seen any of them, but
Do you like take? Are you a picture guy?
I take a lot of pictures. What I do is I just snap away, and the camera really does. And then
you throw
I
it in Adobe and get it
right,
cleaned up.
right. And I'll delete 90% of them, and then 10% of them, I'm like, who took this? You know what I mean? Because I'm just like click, 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 and then I get great shots.
What do you shoot with?
I have a Canon T3i and a Canon T5.
Okay.
So last night,
I'm a Nikon guy, so.
Did you see the picture that? Oh,
I'm
I
a
got.
Droid guy.
I'm out of here then. If he's Nikon, did you see the picture I took of? I think her name's Maria Brown. I put it up in.
Was she nude?
It's on my
didn't see
Facebook.
it.
Yeah, she's brand new, but she's wearing this green dress and green lipstick, and the light was just all composed just right. It all just looked so good. So I'm in this group called the Photographers Lounge, which I'm actually a co-founding member. You should join it. And people put up amazing shots from all around Tampa.
On Facebook?
Yeah. It's called the
I
Photographers.
I
You
don't spend
do-
a lot of time on Facebook.
You don't do.
I hate it.
Facebook was down yesterday,
And it
I'm
pissed
like a
me off.
14-year-old girl with it. So I'm like, oh my God, what's happening?
All I want to do is go on and wish everybody happy birthday, and
But
I'm
you
out.
can't.
And I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. And I was like, what the hell? And then Instagram was down too, so I couldn't post
Same,
shit up
they
there.
own that too. Everyone thought that they were in Facebook jail.
Matt Williams says, act like otters and hold hands while you float around and nap.
Otters are mean. You got to stay away from them, man.
Are they mean?
Oh, they're super mean.
I saw
but
otters.
they're rare as shit. Apparently, they're not that common in
I
Florida.
saw
'cause
them
they're
at Wall
extinct.
Spring Park in Palm Harbor one time, and right where the spring comes out of the ground, and one of them even had a big rock that he was swimming around with, holding on his chest.
That's what he's going to hit the
That's
other
his,
otter
yeah,
with and
that's
rape it.
his.
I want a project.
They're rapists.
Well, the
Otters are
sea otters will actually rape. They will rape ducks,
What?
and then they will carry the corpse around for days, continuing to rape it.
Oh, what?
Yeah, not river otters. They're cuter.
I thought we were going to talk about Kyle later.
No,
Hold on.
I'm likening him to
Tell
the.
me, the otters rape ducks?
Do you know a duck only has one hole? It's called the kawaka.
well, aren't all fowl have the one hole?
Oh, is that true?
I mean, chickens
I know
have
one-
eggs out of the poop hole.
I know one hole
They
is
poop,
foul.
the eggs, and they pee all out of that one hole, and they're fertilized in that one hole. Kawaka.
That's just weird.
That's
Are these fat-
that hole's
Wait
getting a
minute.
lot of work.
I feel like
Oh, I'm sorry. They kill baby seals and then rape their corpses for days.
Oh, well, that makes a lot more sense, actually.
Yeah.
way more
That makes more sense.
They're seals, not dogs.
You ever get
Yeah,
that
there's no
dead
ducks
seal
up
puss?
there.
Oh my god, that dead seal puss! It's so like welcoming.
flippers. Jesus
It's
Christ.
so
Dead seal puss,
it's
yeah.
so moist and welcoming.
No, it was a dude. It was a dude seal.
That's why I got divorced. But
Oh god,
all right, Mike, let's play a game so we can.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm
You're not ready for it? You don't
this.
wanna play a game?
No, we
You
can
hate
do that.
games?
I wasn't.
play
I
the
wasn't
game.
prepared.
I know it's well segues. By the way, we thought about
Segues.
honing in segues, and then we said, "Fuck it, who cares?"
the one you ride or the thing that connects jokes?
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Because he broke the rules. What rule?
You did it! You did it! I knew you would! I just knew you would!
Let's just do it. Let's meet this thing head on. And you were in it to win it.
2 cents to yourself.
Dot.
Beautiful.
All right. For those of you that are new, this is Tyree's Trivia, and today's game is Real Booze or Fake Booze. The new game that I like. It's fun, but it's getting hard now because it's hard coming up with these names. Real Booze or Fake Booze. I'm going to give you a beer name, a name of a beer, a home brew, something crafted, and I want you to tell me if it's real or if it's made up. Real easy. You'll wait just 2 seconds. We're going to post it on the board. Stan, first question is worth how many points?
1 point.
So for 1 point,
Huge.
Bibbidi Hoppity Brew. Bibbidi Hoppity Brew. Is that a real beer or a fake beer?
You couldn't have saved that for like Easter.
Oh, we're going to run out by then. And I think that's Halloween, but okay.
It's based on the fairy
Sweetie says
godmother.
real.
The fairy
bed
godmother
knocks
would
and
say
broomsticks, or
bibbidi-boppity boo.
was that what it was?
And then do something magical to help a princess in training. I'm going to say it's real.
Larry says fake.
I
Sweetie
think it's
says real.
I think it's real.
Mr. Lazlow says real. Heather Malone, welcome to the board. Poet, what up? Yo.
I can see the little fairy
This is real?
godmother on the label. And
Holding
right.
like a hop
yeah,
plant
and
or
she's
something.
like hops are coming out of the wand.
Oh, instead of fairy dust or whatever shit they use
exactly.
for magic.
Yeah.
JJ says real. I wonder if he likes being called JJ.
It doesn't matter. Are you going to stop because he doesn't like it?
I'm going to go with no.
Okay. The news is fake.
Way better than the N word.
I mean, not way better.
I'm not tall enough to be JJ. Is JJ tall?
No.
Curry?
No.
No.
Walker.
Dynamite?
Yeah, he's like 6'2".
I think he was tall, but like he's shrinking. You know, old people shrinking.
The hat
Got him.
added 3 feet.
How old are you?
50.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, you look good for 50.
Yeah, my father's side, they live a really long time.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, I was going to hit on you, but you're way too old.
Well, are you top or bottom?
For 1 point,
I'm a runner.
What is that?
Bibbidi Hoppity Brew. Bibbidi Hoppity Brew. That, my friends, is fake brews. Which one is that?
I'm gonna make it now.
well, let me do it
I'll
now.
get
Larry
Divine.
Smith.
I'll get Divine to make it.
I mean, it's a great. That's a great.
I
name.
can't get them to make anything, but maybe they will.
All right, next
Money.
question is worth how many points, Dan?
Next one's worth 5 points.
Whoops.
And that's no.
And now we're going to take a break. I'm tired of this. All right, for 5 points, the next beer is Smooth Hopperator. Smooth Hopperator. Is that a real brew or a fake brew? That's exactly it. Oops.
John Silman, welcome.
No. There we are.
But I feel like they could
Sorry.
all be real because I've seen so many. Divine just won a medal for the blindfolded Stoutosaurus.
That's why
which
this
is a
game
pastry
works.
stout. Yeah,
Because it could be real.
and they won that at the Florida Beer Festival, the Florida Beer Championship. I think they
Benjamin
took
Nichols,
a silver
welcome.
medal for that one.
Just silver? Losers.
Maybe it was bronze for that one and silver
Oh,
for their.
second
They have an
losers.
IPA that's called the Peeler. I think it's called the Peeler.
Daniel Kelly.
Anyway, they won 2 awards.
Real or fake?
It is real. Smooth Hopperator.
Smooth.
It's a
I'm disappointed
9.0.
They spelled operator
It's a
with one
9.0.
P.
It's a
It's
9.0.
operator.
Hop.
Operator.
It should have like
Should be
maybe
two
a
Ps.
hyphen or
should be
two
two
P's.
Should be 2 Ps.
I mean,
I'm not trying to be like the language police or nothing, but it's just disturbing. That actually made it to a fucking label.
If it isn't a real beer,
it was a
should be.
trunk.
Because I think that's even a better marketing. It's better name than even.
Oh yeah, the people that are drinking it think it's right, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Fucking hipsters.
Nobody else noticed it.
I want to say real, but my gut says fake, so I'm going with fake.
Yeah, always trust your instinct.
Who wants to be a millionaire? I don't need the explanation behind the answer.
No,
bro.
no.
I just want to know.
Tell me what you think
points.
about politics.
I mean, it's 5 points. This is big time.
That next one's gonna be 10 points. So this is just puny. This is half
it's
that.
not.
It's half that.
When did you start designating?
I'll
the
shut
score?
this whole bitch down.
You have that ability.
I do.
He will shut the bitch.
I will shut the bitch down. All right, real booze or fake booze for 5 points. Smooth Hoperator. That, my friends, is
Absolutely real.
Next one is worth how many points?
5 points again.
For 5 points, plus 5, minus 5. Golden Shower. Golden Shower.
No.
Is that a real beer or a fake beer? Golden Shower. The Golden Shower Ale. Because,
If
So
it
you
is,
just like buy it, shake it up, and shoot it all.
That's
over
right.
the
if it is real, I'm going to be pissed.
floor. Ha! No pun
Oh
intended.
my god! I should be on Tampa News
We're done.
Force.
We're done.
I cannot remember the last time I said no pun intended, but you made me fucking do it.
That should be a Tampa News Force video. Because they're very funny.
Sadly,
My
I have
favorite
seen it.
video from that is the Apple one. Do you know that one where it's Matt
There's so
Williams
many.
and Jacobs?
There's so many.
And he's like, "I'll get you," and Williams is holding up the apple.
I haven't seen it.
And Jacobs is dressed as a doctor, so it's keeping.
Oh,
him
keep it away.
Yeah,
Got it. Yeah, they're great.
It's, I shared that one.
I love them. They're funny.
I agree. They are.
It
They're
took me a
punny.
minute.
They're punny.
Exactly.
They're punny.
The play on words is, yeah.
It's clever.
Yeah, I
Oh, no,
like
they
that one.
put the
I like
effort
that
in.
one the
It's
best.
good.
I definitely like that one. And Matt's so committed. He's
Ashley says no one should be on Tampa News Force.
why?
Are they real news or are they spoof?
Well, it's,
No.
It's real fake news.
Right.
Okay.
Like when they go somewhere, they're going to real situations.
Okay.
Right, so it's
And
real
then they
fake
just
news.
hack about it. Okay.
What's amazing to me is
They hide it
all you
well.
need is a
Well, I
camera
wrote an
and-
article for them. Actually, Jacobs and I wrote it together. It's based on. So they'll take things. So this was a store supposedly in Tampa that was selling Cuban sandwiches made with real Cuban meat, like Cuban people.
Cool.
And and then you write the article. You see how many people.
So it's
click on
onion-ish
it.
with the camera.
Yeah. Well, what happened is they got meat delivered from a place that like
a third world
bodies. No, like a. It was supposed to be somewhere up north, a moratorium or mortuary, whatever you call it.
Oh, well, good.
And you're right. So they sent them.
Hang out.
I don't know. That was all Jacob's idea, but I went with it. I rolled with it, and
All right. For 5 points, real booze or fake booze, Golden Shower. That, my friends,
fake.
is actually real. And it's interesting because this is actually, I believe it was Dogfish Head. They were trying to come up with the beer name, and they kept getting censored. The censors were coming back saying no, so they shot Golden Shower out, and it got approved. And they're like, fine, we're going to keep it.
Absolutely real.
So that's a real booze.
Pruitt.
I guess
Welcome.
you're like, well, we got it through. We got to do it now.
Oh yeah,
But who
they're
wants to
committed.
drink piss beer?
I guess it depends on what part you're in.
People back up Dogfish
I mean,
Head,
people
so.
drink Millers.
I've actually,
They say you only rent the beer. It's But here's my question: if you drink that beer, do you have to urinate on someone, or can you just relieve yourself normally?
You can relieve yourself normally.
which is on someone, so it works out well.
It's a very strange.
So the next one's worth 10 points. One of
hold
us
on.
is ready.
Sorry. All right. The next
Segues.
one is Wicked Witch of the East. Wicked Witch of the East. Is that a real brew or a fake brew? Yeast. Wicked Witch
Is
of
that
the
one of the
East.
ones where you
I knew
kind
this
of
was gonna-
politely let yourself out and go home as soon as you see that?
It makes me immediately think of smelly pussy.
Oh, Bill.
So, which I wouldn't want to drink. Hey, try this smelly pussy lager. I'm just not. I'm not. Like maybe you should have some yogurt or kombucha
I mean,
or something.
you
and
do
then-
know that yeast is how alcohol is made.
Of course.
Okay.
And
I
smelly
know.
pussies.
And smelly pussy, right? And
Right.
yogurt.
Oh, imagine a golden shower.
Right.
from a
And what's the
smelly
weird thing
pussy.
is if you eat
Pussy
the yogurt,
yeast.
you'll get rid of the yeast in the smelly pussy.
Well, one lady
And then-
actually took the yeast from herself and made a yogurt culture.
no.
Yeah, that was a real story.
And then
I
ate
mean,
it?
I was on. I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, they make beer with that.
Maybe Joe Rogan made someone eat it for money. They make beer with the yeast from the punani
Dude, we
yeast.
need an X-rated Fear Factor.
Joe Rogan, I've met him a bunch of times out in LA when I worked at the store. And he had this great idea. This is when he was on Fear Factor. And he said, people would do this. And now let me ask you guys if you would do this. You take pile dog shit, I don't know, 8-10 feet high on a big table. And you hand a bunch of people a spoon. The person who eats the most dog shit gets $2 million. He thought you would have a line around the block.
Yeah.
$2 million.
He's right.
But how much dog shit would you have to eat to compete with the other people?
Right. They want
Come on.
People want money. They'll
I mean,
do it.
that would kill you too.
This guy's
Obviously,
gonna win.
that would kill you.
The hot dog eating contest, dude.
But people will. I mean, that show proved that people will eat anything.
Oh yeah. Well, what was the final one? Was like bull semen or something?
Yeah, something like that.
But that story proves that not that much money is valuable as you think.
And what's weird is, he's sitting there while they're eating all that crap, thinking, "I should do the dog shit show."
Right. He's thinking, if they'll do this.
Right? They'll do the dog shit show for sure.
It was like the Chappelle one where he was on Fear Factor on the Chappelle
Right.
show, and he went and laid in it. He was like a bum, crackhead bum and shit. Nothing affected him. I mean, you never seen that one? Oh, damn it! Then that was anticlimactic. All right, next question.
All right, Wicked Witch
Wait, what
of
was your answer?
Oh, I said no way.
Okay, go ahead.
Wicked Witch of the Yeast. That, my friends, is
We're gonna make
is fake. These buttons don't work. That is
The
fake.
dog's making out with me. You won't kiss on me, do you?
Next one's worth 10 points.
This
as
is the
well.
last one. Let's do a score update.
this the last one?
This is the last one.
Last one's worth 20 points.
Last one's worth 20 points.
We have Larry with 16, Ben with 10, Smitty with 5, Glick with 20, Lazlow with 15. Last one's worth 20, so everyone's still in it. Let's make this shit happen.
All right, the last one is Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime. Is that a real brew or a fake brew?
Now there's a copyright infringement question.
Why? Am I not allowed to
Well,
post that?
I don't know if
As
they
long as
would
you put
let
the
you
H in
do
front of
even
it.
touch the word prime with something.
It's
that
not like they have a
rhymes with
transformer on
Optimus.
the.
I think you
the
gotta
bottle
call
is a
But
transformer.
it is named
Richard
after
Bay.
Transformer, which relates to hipsters.
No,
Which
it's
make-
parody. It's free use law or something.
But I think it would be close to copyright
free
infringement.
use law.
I think Optimus Prime shows up at your place if you try and do that, and he crushes you.
He
No,
should.
he's the
That'd
good
be
guy.
phenomenal.
It'd be
I'm going to say it's real though, because like you said, it appeals to the hipsters.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I would drink it.
I'd spill it right in front of a hipster just so they get pissed off.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna start wearing jeans that choke my ankles out.
Dog's in love with me.
Yeah, I just can't.
Wait, what are you going to do?
I don't like
start wearing jeans that
pants
choke my ankles
anyway.
Oh, I thought you were going
But
to visit
skinny
Bull
jeans-
Sack or something. You're going to do the choked ankles. Yeah.
He just wants to put his ankles behind his head. That's all right.
Wear a
Choke him
scarf
out.
too. A scarf.
Oh no!
I'm gonna do the golden yeast challenge.
Golden yeast challenge,
Yeah, golden showers from a stinky dude.
dude. Yeah, you got it. That's gold. Well, it'll be all over YouTube.
Oh, it would. People, have you seen some of this shit?
I have.
Dude,
I've seen
they have
Tampa News
shows, sold out
Sports.
shows from YouTube.
I've seen people come through the Improv where they take the door,
It's insane.
and you're like, "Who are these people?"
It's
and they pack the
insanity.
place. They
It's
pack the
insanity.
place. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
who we
think
are.
about it. If you have 5 million followers, that's more than any late night talk show gets on any given evening. Maybe 2 nights, that'll be their audience. So if you're getting that many eyeballs,
Why not?
That's a lot.
How do we do it?
oh, there have been
How do we do that?
There've been people on YouTube where they've been approached by regular network, and they're like, "Why would we go with you? We're making so much money.
Right.
We have all the control.
Right.
Yeah. Why would we?"
That's yeah.
Yeah.
part of it.
However, if a radio station or a news network or a TV station wants to come and take this show, we'll sell it. I'll sell out in a heartbeat.
Well, I think the Bone could take a few people off and put you guys in their place.
Well, we'll see what happens. Didn't they get sold? The Cox Media is
they
sold
did?
out, I thought. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit in there.
So maybe they'll go back to
Music.
playing, 70s
Gosh, I
rock.
hope
It's
they play
freedom
AC/DC.
rock, man. Turn it up.
All right, real news or fake news for 20 points. Optimus Prime. That, my friends,
Absolutely
that
real.
is real.
We have a winner.
We have a winner.
We have a winner.
Nope, we can't do this. I'm going to do one more so we can...
Glick.
Ah.
Was I the winner?
No. And you know what you win? Nothing, asshole.
Welcome
You
to
had a chance
Open
keep
Mic.
listening to this show.
What a winner.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to address some situations. We're going to talk with Steve Lazlow about Steve Lazlow. And
He's my favorite comic.
We got lies. We have lies to tell. We'll be back.
Oh, I wasn't prepared to go to break.
You just, what the hell was it?
Hey, girl. I can't stop thinking about you. All the time we spent together, and like, there is someone for everyone, and you are the someone for me. I just feel like there's no one that knows me better than you. And please, call me, text me, please.
My name is Jeff Klein. You're listening to Open Mic Live, where Camo is the only one that knows what he's doing.
Welcome back to Open Mic Live. Our guest Steve Lazlow in studio.
Wow.
Stan?
Mr. Steve Lazlow to you, sir.
Mr. Standeo.
Mr. Esteban Lazlow.
We are back. We're back with Steve Lazlow, the talk of the town, the man, the one, the only person
The great
I know
divider.
that is as much loved as he is hated.
I know what the...
Dude, I mean, you're kind of...
It's dogpile on the rabbit
It's
at this
all
point.
split there. So anyway, Steve, welcome, brother. Thank you.
Hated
for
by
coming
the
in.
losers, loved by the winners.
Loved.
I'm joking.
We're about to find out. No, I do appreciate you coming in, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for reaching out to us and trusting us with what you're a very important situation.
I asked how to die alone just because I know those guys.
Of course.
And they're like, that's not really what we do. We just kind of riff. And I'm like, that's what you call that? No, I'm joking. No, those guys are awesome.
David riffs.
I've never even heard their podcast, so I don't want to say
It's awesome.
anything.
It is pretty good, dude. I'm impressed.
I've heard just snippets of it, yeah. And they're just three great people, so I'd imagine it's good.
I'm not going to lie. It's not really what we do either, but I'm not afraid of it. I think there's nothing wrong with trying new things.
I think you embraced this, and you approached it like a journalist almost, and now we're finally going to get to the bottom of this shit.
I think you were saying almost. You just took all the pressure off me.
Well, I don't know what your background is, but...
I had no background. I'm an idiot. He asked to come stand behind
All true.
Maybe that's the best possible. It's just some honest guy who goes out and asks people what the truth is, and then they tell him, and then he tells everyone else.
So
they can make up their own minds.
For those of you that don't know, recently in the comedy community, Tampa Bay comedy community, there's been some turmoil, some ripples in the waves, if you will, in the waters, and it's all based on information that was given by someone, a post that was put up about Steve that has really affected his business, his livelihood. I mean, his money,
my reputation, yeah.
And we are going to stay out of it because we are very neutral in this town. I mean, we love all of you. Our goal is to help everyone. But when you reached out, I figured I can't turn my back on. You're part of the community.
I appreciate it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. After digging in a little bit, that original post that I saw that was put up about how you stole a show. Now, Divine Brewery, how long have you been working with Divine Brewery on Wednesday nights?
Oh, since last May.
Since last May. So basically a year, right? I mean,
yeah. It's coming up on a year.
Call it, okay.
But the first thing I did with them was Homebrewed, which was a show idea about local breweries and local comedians. And I did that like 2 years ago.
And what was that show?
You can find it on Facebook. You'll find it on YouTube also.
We'll
so it's Homebrewed Comedy. It's a mixture of interviews with the comics and interviews with the brewery. And now I'm trying to do like a 2.0 version because I've been working with, I tried to sell it to a bunch of production companies. So the notes that I got, I'm trying to apply to what I made the first time. And hopefully now it'll be much more marketable. Well, they said, you got to focus more on the beer if you want to get like Food Channel to pick it up. You know what I mean? And so we're going to do a beer confessional, and I'm going to show them brewing it. And so it's really going to be half beer, half comedy. And then hopefully we'll have a winner.
Sounds great.
So that's how I met. And that's how I met Devon. That's how I met the people that work there and everything, because I made a TV show about the place. So that's how we all met, yeah.
Are you familiar with Ashley Dahanish? No?
Ashley.
Ashley!
Yeah. Dohanish.
What's up, baby girl?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Dahanish?
Yeah. Her father last night came to the open mic.
Oh, really?
And he did, it was Star Trek based impressions. So the captain of the Enterprise became Sylvester Stallone, Rodney Dangerfield. Even though those two are very similar. Yeah, their voice is really there. But he had never done anything like this before, and he really committed to 5 minutes of it. It was pretty awesome. Dude, he was just checking off a bucket list item, you know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, he wrote this whole thing. And
good or not good, to be able to get up there and not throw up and die.
Yeah.
Is impressive.
The weird thing was, afterwards, I kind of interviewed him a little, and I said, "What do you do for a living?" And then I'm like, "Wait, don't tell me. Let's let the audience guess." And we never found out. If Ashley could tell us now what...
Ashley, what's Pops do for a living?
Yeah, what does he do? Because it was almost like Saving Private Ryan, where they kept trying to guess what he did, what Tom Hanks did back home, you know what I mean, throughout the whole movie.
So let's get back to this so that we can get it.
Yeah, sure.
So here's the thing is, the story out there that was written was that Steve Lazlow, the guy sitting next to me, stole a show that was being run by another comedian in the town. The story is he undercut this comedian, like underbid him, went to the owner, said, "Hey, I want to do this once a month Saturday show. Paid, I want to do this." Basically he went in there and said, "You're giving him this, I'll take this." You know what I mean? That's the story that's out there.
They're saying that I went in there, "I'll do it for less," and that is not what happened.
I called the owner of Divine Brewery, Ben, the current owner, the one that started the place, owns the place, is Divine Brewery. Ben,
right. And let me say this about Divine Brewery. They support local artists, bands, comics. They have art hanging on their walls that they're trying to help these people sell. And they all sorts of other artists. They bring in food trucks, people doing yoga, running clubs. So, they're trying to support the community and also pay artists. So there aren't many places that do that,
We'll get
no, I'm just saying that. And then
people.
No, but people had called for people to not go there, to boycott that place, and that's the last thing you should do. No matter how you feel about me.
I call this guy and say, "Look, I'm sure you're familiar with what's going on right now with Lazlow." I'm like, "I want to know from you, did he come to you and say, 'I want to take over your Saturday Night Showcase'?" He very clearly, I was on the phone with this guy for an hour and 13 minutes.
Oh, shit, really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. He very clearly stated to me, no.
What do you guys talk about for an hour? Everything?
Tell
me why I jerk off. Tell me you said my name.
One of the owners of the company who, at that point, had run the entertainment portion of it,
the event. He booked all the events.
He's an event organizer, basically. Had hired...
amongst a million other things.
Right. Had hired the comic that was originally doing the monthly Saturday night shows. That comic moved to California.
2 years ago.
Had another comic actually running the show for him. Well, the ones that were actually doing the show, according to Ben, so I went back and looked from when the only advertising that was done for those shows was by Divine Brewery. The people actually hosting the shows, the people actually putting on the shows, inviting the comics, never, ever once advertised for any of those shows.
And if there's a book show, there's an event page made. There's 50 posts about it, tagging everyone that's going to be on the show, giving out codes, and it's a free show.
So people like you,
it's free admission.
Kelly, John Jacobs, you guys actually promote your own shows.
You have to. That's what the venue expects you to do that.
But that's what makes people like you and
of
Shannon
course.
and John special, is because
it's not going to work unless you do that.
Shannon is a fucking workhorse.
Oh, yeah.
That Shannon Kelly is a workhorse,
of course.
Dude. I'm telling you, dude.
That's how you get asses in the seats.
She's insane.
Listen, they can't come if they don't know.
So this cat tells me, I asked him, I said, "Did Lazlow come to you?" He said, "No." He said, "Look, I put Lazlow on my Wednesday night show. He started coming in on Wednesday nights to do the show."
Yeah.
He said, "He doubled my business on Wednesday nights." He goes, "So when my ex-partner..."
Ben, I need a raise, Ben.
Departed. He said, when my ex-partner departed from us, I asked him, do we have a contract with the current comedian whose name is attached to the show? He said, no. So Ben said, I'm letting him go. Period. This is before...
I know.
Before Steve ever
I didn't even know this. Yeah.
This is before Steve ever became a part of the conversation. Okay? So Ben says, I'm letting him go. We're parting ways with that comic. There's no contract, whatever. Ben says he went to Steve and asked him, would you like to take over, the show? And Steve said, I'd rather not, do that. And then Ben made it clear, listen, one way or another, I'm releasing the person in charge now.
He needs somebody to fill.
He said, if you don't do it, I'll put
Someone
trivia on this night if I have to. But, that the show that's going on now will be gone, period. So Steve was like, well, I'd rather at least keep the comics moving, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, then where the undercut part comes in, where, he underbid that, not only do I know for a fact that he didn't underbid it, he didn't even know what Ben was paying the other one when he reached out to comics that we know and asked, what is the going rate? Like, he knows what most people, but what are you guys getting paid now? You know what I mean? So he could, and reached out to people to get that information to present to him.
So he could have a fair price.
And then after doing so, this is all from Ben's mouth. Like,
they
this is
asked me
text,
how much. I told them the going rate was $300. I had no idea what they were paying anyone else.
So
then listen, I wish it was more. I wish it was $900, but it seems to be $300. And local clubs have just dropped their money even lower than that.
So this is literally voice to air from the owner of Divine Brewery. This was a business decision. Steve Lazlow running the once a month Saturday night show was a business decision by the owner of Divine Brewery, the current owner of Divine Brewery.
He's always on
you understand what I'm
the
saying?
lion's share.
Now, there's a lot of people involved in this shit. So there's a lot of people in other people's ears with distasteful, inaccurate information that is affecting the way people treat him, the way people work with him, and their opportunities. Like, it's not just him, but they're being robbed of opportunities they could have in front of a good crowd and get paid money to do it. And that's part of the reason I did. It's not just for him. I hate what's going on, but it's because it's really affecting a lot of up and comers that could be missing out on opportunities that Steve,
without a doubt,
and there's a lot of comics out there. They can't afford to be stingy and decisive. Oh, I don't want to take this. I don't want to take that.
So I'm going to kind of summarize a little bit. What happened was the person that was running.
Here's the thing: if I heard all those lies about someone, I would think they were an evil freaking
you're
person
not going
too.
to research it,
right? Of course. So that's
and so
Facebook, trust the people
Facebook taught us that, right?
Right. So you're accused, so you're guilty.
People you trust and admire are telling you this. So why
right.
would you
of course
not believe them?
No, I know.
So here's the thing:
and then people keep flaking on me more and more and more,
right?
Because they just don't want to be near me because I'm fucking evil or some shit, and I can't even fucking argue against it. What am I going to say to them? Right? Don't listen to the haters.
I'm sick of you.
Yeah, right. See, there you go. But what am I going to say? Fuck the haters, right? But that doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah, but that's one thing. If it's just fuck the haters and they're not affecting...
Look, they're calling around town to tell people not to work with me. I've never done that. I've never said shit like that about anybody.
I get that.
That's fucking crazy, dude. And if I was more psychotic, I'd be looking to hurt people.
So real quick, because we're going to run to the next point.
What the fuck?
For everyone out there, just so that when they go back and listen, or if they're listening now, they can understand what's going on. This is the quick rundown of what happened. The person running the entertainment part of Divine left. The actual owner, the predominant owner from the beginning, the one that started it, found out that they didn't have a contract with the people that weren't bringing people to the shows.
Also, who he's never met.
Weren't promoting the shows. Found out they didn't have a contract. Said, he's gone no matter what, whether we got to go to trivia or what. Approaches Steve as opposed to... What's going on right now was Steve went to him and went, I can do this cheaper. Not what happened. Approached Steve and said, do you want to do this? Steve's initial reaction was no, because he did not want to take it.
Step on toes, yeah.
When Ben said, regardless of whether you do it or not, the other person is gone, he said, I don't want these comics to lose this spot because it's a paid spot. $150 to the goddamn... That's a good night.
Sure. Oh, plus if they sell
entertainment,
if they sell merch, $300, $400.
So he kept that spot so that people didn't lose that opportunity. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then not only didn't know that he was undercutting them, but reached out to other comics to come up with the number to give Ben, which just happened to be less than what was being paid. You follow?
Sure.
So Ben said, "Cool, this is what we're going to do." Since he's taken over. Ben has made it very clear it's been nothing but beneficial to him. I said, have you given him any bonuses? No. You're a dick. That didn't really happen.
I just want what's fair. You know what I mean? I don't.
So
I'm not looking to get rich, man.
That's a quick summary, just to clarify for everyone out there that it doesn't really know. I spoke to the actual person that made these business decisions.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
If you order now,
if you're a band and you need somewhere to go, they're buying brewery.
What are you charging them?
So, like I say,
it's free admission to most of their shows.
All that being said, real quick, because we're going to move forward, is I wanted to stay out of this. After finding all this out from the actual source of that made these decisions, I couldn't. I didn't feel right not helping someone that reached out to us. It just didn't feel right. Do you agree? How did you feel when I first approached you about this?
Oh, I mean, it kind of was just thrown at me, so I was a little bit off. You know, I didn't,
you sure?
I didn't know the story. I didn't know the story at all. And fortunately, he gave me all the cliff notes at one time, so I wasn't watching this draw out.
Right.
But I can understand where he was saying is at least where
totally fucked.
Where our standpoint is.
So here's the thing: is everyone knows who it is. There's a comic that Steve's worked with for a long time, a lot of history. How long would you say?
Who, Kyle? I only probably worked with him for maybe 18 months.
Okay, but
you know, like I met him, and then he featured for me a few times. I took him on the road, and then.
But you guys actually set off on I'm going to call it a business venture,
a partnership.
Okay.
Well, I was representing him as his manager, but not on that show.
Right.
I couldn't be both.
Correct.
So I sent you the copyright.
Right.
We were 50-50
partners
on that thing.
And
right.
So you guys set out to do this, which I mean, good for you guys. I mean, that kind of initiative
awesome.
is awesome.
I want to say this about Kyle. He's a very talented person.
Oh,
he's a horrible fucking human being.
He's hilarious.
He's very talented. He's a
Steve Lazlow, not that.
He's a talented tattoo artist. I'm wearing his art on my body.
I think he's hilarious.
But what a piece of shit.
As far as comedy goes,
here's the thing: if you're
one
gonna
of my favorite comics,
if you're gonna fail, and I told him, don't tell anyone until it's sold. He told everyone he's going to be a huge star, and then when he wasn't, it had to be my fault. And that's where all this really goes back to.
So here's another thing in that post on Tampa Bay Comedy that got you kicked out. And I would like.
Well, I left.
I would like to give
let me
kudos.
come back.
I'd love to give kudos to Johnny B. and what was it?
Steve Eric.
Steve for having the balls to bring you back in.
But they attacked me relentlessly in the post.
Well, it's what they're going to do.
No, I know.
But is that mob mentality kind of thing?
But they
I mean, there was some crazy shit.
Said you can't.
There were people that I didn't even know saying shit. They had a vote to vote me out, even though I left the group.
See, that's why I don't read
basically
comments.
being cyberbullied, and I'm 50 years old. So I can see how a 12-year-old would kill themselves over that guy. And let me tell you, I've been doing comedy for 30 years. If I was a piece of shit that stole rooms and did shit like that, it would have followed me around, man. It's one world. It's a small community.
What I've seen, it has. No.
Right, like, that's what I mean. Show me someone from L.A. or New York or even Florida, where I've been for 12 years, that's going to tell you something I did wrong to them.
So, okay, here's one more thing. In that same post that we're referring to, okay?
Right.
This is another thing that kind of bothered me, is there was a supposed email letter, we'll call it a letter, from the production companies that you were trying to work with.
The production company that we were trying to work with for Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Who we blew off to go with the guys who created Inked.
But this supposedly came
according
from
to this email, this
from
fake
them.
email. Right, from them.
According to the person that posted it. Okay, now
Right.
here, I'm going to read it real quick. So the email supposedly went like this. Thanks for reaching out. We were all disappointed, including Stage 13, to have to walk away. I know they really liked you, but ultimately there was much baggage. Steve definitely pushed for a lot and had unreasonable expectations for himself, and it became clear we could not move forward. Your reputation is safe with us, so no worries. We all think you're awesome and very talented. Okay.
Awesome.
That's great. Right?
yeah, because production companies write emails like that.
I sent this I sent a copy of this to the people that supposedly sent it.
The Chop Block Media, the people that
Thank you.
supposedly sent this email.
They never sent this email.
What?
That's what
I sent a literal copy of what I just read to you that was posted in that post to them,
The news
confirmed
is
by
fake.
them. That was never sent by their office. Now, to elaborate on that, not only did they say they didn't send it, they said a letter that unprofessional would never come from our office. And then when she said that, I went back and read it again. I'm like, we all think you're awesome. There's a good chance that a professional company did not send that.
You guys are rock.
We all think you're awesome, but we're never going to work with you again.
But this is not hearsay.
No, you got
I
an
got
email
this
from
information
I know
from the exact
your
source
dog knows I'm upset.
that was
It's okay. Thank you.
that was said to have sent it. Okay, so I'm not
okay.
just saying this. There's no way this is sent based on the wording. No, this person confirmed vehemently. You like that? They did not send this. So that can only lead you to believe what?
That somebody trolled him.
That the letter was
not done by a professional.
Was written to
malice.
accomplish a goal.
Right.
The same goal that the original post set out to do, which is call somebody out for something that is untrue.
And you know, even more than that,
I got to tell you guys, I love you all. I really do. I love every freaking one of you, even the people involved in this. But I've got to tell you, you've been misled. I have talked to the actual sources behind everything that's been said. Every single one of them has confirmed that he did not do any of the things he's being accused of. I have to say that. Now, I've given you all an opportunity. If there's any other situations that you want me to bring up to Steve, it will be brought up. Because this is not a one-way street. We're not here to suck Steve's nipples.
I am.
Seriously, I want everyone's voice to be heard. So if you have something else or have anything you want to bring up, please do, and we will get to the bottom of it. I promise you that. John Jay, welcome. So Mike's yelling at me but we got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Steve, I've been cutting you off.
No, I know
you've been waiting for this moment. I'm going to give you 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to go ahead and
Right.
vent. Now listen.
Well,
I want to remind you of something, please.
It's not even that I
We're
want
not
to
here to
vent.
bash. Okay?
Right. I'm done. I'm like I said. I'm
Okay,
not
go ahead.
here.
Continue.
I'm not here to vent. Okay.
Continue.
So, I wanted nothing more than for Kyle Roos to be a star. That was the fucking goal. I was using all of my connections to try and make him a star, not me. Okay? And Chop Block Media was a connection through my wife, who was her friend for 30 years, who we blew off to go with a better deal for Kyle. So Kyle could be a fucking star. And then when Kyle wasn't a star, it was my fault.
But was the deal? Was the deal that you were offered beyond that?
So
Was it a better?
the deal
was it a better
that
offer?
Warner Brothers was offering us through Chop Block Media, which we had no signed anything on, was to be on a website called Stage 13. Now, a lot of that stuff's gone on to be sold to Netflix, but whatever. A lot of it hasn't. No, but then late in the negotiations with them, I found Foglight. Now, Foglight are the people that made Inked. They created the genre of tattoo shows. So Kyle flew up. We blew off Chop Block Media and Stage 13 because what we were discussing with Foglight was a Netflix special along with a show.
So
along with a series, and or A&E or HBO or anyone. He was going to shop it around.
I'll let you continue, but real quick. So if you were doing this, no matter who you were with,
you would have gone with that deal.
Would you have gone for that?
Of course.
Okay, go
who
ahead.
wouldn't?
I'm just saying.
It's
so,
a web platform versus Netflix.
So, I mean, you would have made that decision
which is also a web
regardless.
platform.
I mean, you would have.
Without a doubt.
Okay, go ahead.
Even if we had signed with Chop Block and then they wanted us, I would have said sue me and gone with Foglight.
Okay, go
all right.
ahead.
And I'm still trying to
I just want
sell
to be clear that
homebrew to Foglight.
This wasn't.
So this is fucking me up with that.
Wasn't one person,
Right.
you would have made that same decision with or without Kyle.
Of course.
Okay, go ahead.
Of course. And when we initially started selling this, a huge production company that's headed by a huge manager who's had people like Jay Moore and lots of huge clients. He created Last Comic Standing. He wanted to buy the show without Kyle as the host. And we said no. And we should have just sold it to him. Murillo told us to, and we didn't listen to him. So anyway, Kyle cannot blame me for the fact that he's not a star. Why isn't he done more with his life if he's, so fucking great? But everyone that he lied to, I just want to tell you that I totally get it. You know what I mean? If someone told me about someone, I would believe it too.
Especially if you're an up-and-coming comic and it's
right.
It's a
of
well-respected.
Course. Yeah. So, I don't want to hate on anybody. I just want to let everyone know that they were lied to. They were lied to. And I've been trying to tell people about this through direct messages and the backs of clubs while I whisper it to them and one by one, and it gets us nowhere. Okay? And you obviously did the homework, so you talked to Chop Block Media, who said they never sent that freaking email.
That's a fact. Oh, that's a fact.
Right. So that's fake. That's fake.
I have a what about the editor Ali?
Ali, yeah. So Kyle wanted to get rid of him. All right, that's his best friend. Then Kyle didn't want to get rid of him. I'm sorry, Chop Block Media wanted to. They go, we're going to get you a director. Now, Ali filmed and edited 99% of this sizzle reel called X Marks the Spot. It would not have happened without him. Okay? So I said no. I said he has to be part of it. Kyle talked to him and got him to step aside, and I said no. I said we wouldn't be here without him. He can be our director. Okay? If you look at the copyright, I put him on the copyright as cinematographer and director. Okay? Because that's what he was. That's what he was. We never would have gotten noticed without him. So how do we blow him off? So Kyle wanted to blow him off, and he was willing to step aside because he's that good of a fucking friend. Now,
listen, if 1025 comes to me and says, look, we want to put you on a show, and they say Mike can't be there, peace out.
I'm out.
No.
I don't know. That's between you guys. But Ali went on to do Zebra Corner and had Kyle on as a contributing writer. Now, I also want to let you know that the whole time that I was arguing with Chop Block about keeping Ali, I was BCCing Ali about it. So Ali knows this is the truth. He watched me talk to them back and forth about them trying to get rid of him and me saying no.
Oh, so he has the transcript of everything.
I have those emails. So, and that was Kyle's friend. I didn't know Ali. I met him. I met him one time. Oh my God! At this place, Finley's, where it's such a crazy story. He gets out. I think he's of Iranian descent. He's some guy from Pinellas Park, but a lot of his act was about. He doesn't do stand up anymore, but it was about being Middle Eastern. So this was on September 8th, like maybe 3 or 4 years after 9/11, and he gets up and he says, "I lost someone on 9/11 too. My uncle was a pilot." Yeah. Now, my brother-in-law died on 9/11, FDNY. Okay, he went in the South Tower and people were jumping out of it. So I don't laugh at that joke.
Right.
But people did. Some guy stood up in the back of the room. He only had one eye and then just skin over the other one. And he said, "Some shit ain't fucking funny." And was going to attack Ali. And I had just gotten on stage. And I told this guy that, it's comedy's job is to provoke. But I really thought he was going to go out to his car and get his gun and shoot all of us. So it turns out the guy lost his son on 9/11.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's the September 8th of like 3 years later. And he's drinking, of course, because he lost his son. So, and Ali just fell victim to that. But I totally tried to protect Ali from this crazy Cyclops guy. And that's how we met. And then I didn't see him again until we made this thing.
That's how great friendships are born, bro.
Well, and listen, like I said, that's why I tried to keep Ali, because he made this whole thing possible. I was getting notes from producers I knew in L.A. and New York and giving them to Ali, and then we were tightening this thing up.
We got to head to break. Sorry.
Sure.
But we're going to go to break. I promise you're not done.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break, lighten the mood a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back. Mike's going to blow and suck into a piece of metal. And then we're going to talk to you. We're going to talk to you. We're going to give you... I'm going to let you finish talking. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Sure.
You good?
Sounds good.
Regroup.
Good. Awesome.
Brush your hair. All right, we'll be back.
I never brush it.
Just hang on, I can give you what you need. Maybe you should take a rest and rewind. Rewards will come to those who try and believe. It's best to hold on now to the dream. It tastes like beer, that bit of flavor. We all so dead waiting for the savior. Let's drink. We want to love, but we keep on getting in the way. Now if you'll just hang out, I can give you what you need. Maybe you should take a rest and rewind. We want to capture those who try to play. It's best to hold on now to the train. It tastes like beer, that bit of flavor. We all so dead waiting for the savior. Let's drink. We want to love, but we keep on getting in the way.
Hey, this is Jander Gray, and you've just watched Open Mic Live. Check it out next week. We are going to murder a man and throw him naked on the hood of an Ohio driver's car.
We are back. Welcome back to Open Mic Live. Hour number 2. Less than an hour left. Are we playing? What game are we playing?
We're playing speed round of Stanley Feud. Stanley Feud.
Oh, yay.
He's back. All new questions. Live survey this week for the first time in almost a year, I think.
Okay, then. Now it's time for Open Mic's favorite games in the Feud.
So anticlimactic. I fucking hate you. It's way better than your game.
Segways, bitch.
There's actual prizes for this game. So the winner of this game, Stanley Feud, which is a game I made up completely on my own. The idea is original, kind of like
it's your namesake
camping joke you told earlier. But
just like the chicken wing shop.
Exactly. The only thing that is original is I make up all the questions, me and my wife, and survey real people on Facebook. So these are legitimate tallies.
How many people are in this poll?
This week is 38.
Oh, all right. A good slice of America.
We were up to 100, and then I lost my thing, so we'll be back.
So we're just starting back again. So.
Okay.
I wasn't worried.
That's all you need. We're all the same. We're all the same. 38 is enough.
You get the top 5 answers. Number 1 answer is on the first question is worth 5 points. Everyone gets to answer. You can answer the same shit. It don't matter. Let's move on. Let's do this. We gotta go. Number 1. Name something you wouldn't want your mom to see you buying. Name something you wouldn't want your mom to see you buying.
Lube. Am I not supposed to say it out loud?
Yeah.
Lube. Yeah, lube. I would definitely not want my mommy to see me buying lube to do my nasty.
I just borrowed it from my mom.
Oh, Jesus.
It was hidden under the weeds, so I just took them both at the same time.
Hey, Mom, I'll re-up tomorrow.
No, Mommy, no.
I replaced the weed with oregano, but the lube was really hard to freaking input.
Yeah, that's,
Bong? Porn?
Porn.
Bong, bong. Lube.
Porn,
bong, bong. Lube.
So Mary says bong. Tiff Monty says bong. Tiff Monty has been with us since the very first show.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Tiff.
seeing old
She needs a
people.
life.
I see old people vaping all the time now. THC. You know what I mean? Because since the medical came around.
Oh, and they think it's cool.
Yeah. They're high as
I'm
fuck,
like, that is
man.
cool shit.
They're all just floating around.
Johnny Jones, JJ says porn.
I like how they say it doesn't smell. I'm like, shit, it absolutely
I can smell that lemon haze,
So-
Grandma.
So based on this answer, how old do you think this person is? Jimmy said pot.
The marijuana.
61 years old.
Wait, at least he didn't say reefer.
Snook says drugs. You know what's really funny is that there was a tie for the number 1 answer, and they're, as far as I'm concerned, literally related.
No one else said lube?
Oh, yeah, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Top 5.
Right.
What are the top 5?
I'll tell you.
Let's do that.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
8 people said condoms. 8 said pregnancy test. 7 said drugs. 4 said dildos. And 4 said hookers. So, with dildos, I took vibrators. So there was vibrators, but...
It's a category.
Lube was,
Sex toys.
Yeah. Lube isn't really a toy. It's a necessity.
Who? Yeah, you can't buy a hooker
That
in
and
front of
spit.
mom.
You can't get enough of it. Number 2 is also worth 5 points. Nobody got either one. Name a Saturday Night Live comedian, past or present. Name a Saturday Night Live comedian, past or present.
I wanted to go obscure when you asked me.
Phil Hader.
Phil, still a hater.
Bill.
Phil Hader.
Oh, Phil.
Phil Hader.
Hartman.
Phil Hader.
Hartman.
No, isn't it Phil Hader?
Bill Hader.
No.
Bill.
So am I blending?
I think so.
Phil Hartman. Oh my God, he's so.
Is there a Phil Hader?
There's Bill.
Bill Hader.
Bill, yeah.
Did I blend?
Yeah, a little bit.
I blended.
Gilda
This question was
Radner.
written
That's a
based
great answer.
On there being a comedian in
Leslie Jones was just at the Improv very recently.
Was she funny?
I didn't see the show, but she sold it out.
I mean,
every
he says
show.
Chris Rock.
I can
yeah,
see that.
Right.
Gilda
I think
Radner.
she originally was a stand-up, though.
Oh, that would make
Chevy
sense.
Chase?
Well, then she started the
Yeah.
show as a writer.
Yeah.
Hugh says Chris Farley,
Chris Farley.
which
What's the only dead cast members?
Tiff Monty says Chris Farley,
Yeah,
Gilda
Phil
Chevy
Radner.
Chase. Mary
Who
says
else
John
is dead?
Belushi.
So many, probably.
Oh, there was one lady that died a few years back that was only in a few things, but I forget her name.
Yeah. She had like curly hair.
She had a lesbian haircut.
Great story.
That's how we know her.
Oh,
That's how we
details
know
and
her.
segues are our stock suit.
Back, that was in a few
I
things.
know, and she was like almost original cast too, right? I think, yeah. The woman
I
we
think
can't
80s.
remember.
Jimmy Aykroyd.
Jimmy says Aykroyd. Jimmy
Aykroyd.
is the person that
Bag of glass.
She's
Remember Aykroyd?
Chevy Chase was awesome.
You stun it. You kill it. You
Julia
eat it.
Louis-Dreyfus.
Julia
Oh, that's
Louis-Dreyfus.
right. I forgot she was
Guess
on
who
there.
answered that?
My
Beth
wife.
Weinstein.
Yeah. She
Weinstein?
loves
Weinstein. It's gotta be Stein.
Yeah. No, yeah. Didn't Harvey Weinstein teach you that?
Well, no, but I grew up with Steins and it's spelled the same fucking way.
He taught me something else.
And Weinstein is my slave name. That is my given name. It's an Ellis Island name. Yeah, that's my name.
Oh, wow. My slave name's husband.
That's my... What's that? So, yeah, and so then Harvey Weinstein, for a good 6 months, it was just like, Weinstein rape all day on the news. Weinstein rape, Weinstein rape. And
you're
people
like,
still
why not
call
me?
me Weinstein. I'm like, do you watch the news? And it's weird to have a Jew as a rapist. But I think once people get to billionaire level, it's not even about sex. It's about, they just want to steal that power. Right, that... Because people will just give them whatever they want, so they want to hear no. They want to hear no.
Smee says church lady.
Oh, that's
Church
right.
lady,
Dana
that's
Carvey.
it,
Garvey. Dude, that guy's pretty goddamn funny. I don't know about, what was we're the one we became the big fat guy doing the talk show?
Oh, yeah.
That was him, right?
Klimt? No. Something like that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
great, though, right? Did you see
No,
it?
that wasn't Dana Carvey. That was Martin Short.
You're right. That was
Yeah,
Martin.
yeah.
See, you're not the only one that fucks things
They
up.
could be the same person, though, I think.
They're pretty
Like,
close, right?
Yeah, they are. Like, you could get your...
That's right. Billy Crystal was on a season 2.
Billy Crystal.
He was on for one season, wasn't he?
Why do you talk?
Doesn't it seem like Billy Crystal should be dead already? I don't think,
I think he is.
But right.
They're Weekend at Bernie's.
Should he be dead already?
I can't believe Robin Williams wasn't like a suicide murder with Billy Crystal.
The last comic relief.
So many comics. So many killing themselves.
Right, I'm upstaging you one last time.
Who up?
Do you guys,
Too soon?
Did you know about Brody? Did you know Brody? You know about him? Stephen Brody? He was a very popular comic.
Oh, I
LA,
thought he
New York.
was in Point Break.
And he hung himself.
Oh.
Yeah, your dog's
Welcome
upset
to
about
Dog
it.
Studios.
Like 2 weeks ago, it's just really sad. I mean, he was... To me,
Is he local?
No, he's I think he was from
That would be
Seattle
sad.
originally, but I met him in L.A. and New York, and he just epitomized what stand-up comedy should be, I think, is a great way to describe him.
So we had 9 people say John Belushi, 8 said Chris Farley, 6 said Eddie Murphy, 5 said Adam Sandler, and 2 said, how do you feel about Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell...
50-50.
Yeah, he was one of those improvisers.
One
He
of those,
wasn't
right?
really
He's like,
a stand-up. But he steals scenes in movies.
You like him or you hate him. Step Brother is great,
Right,
but there's
he's-
other movies that
I
were
think
just...
he's better at cameo. Like in Dr. Evil, when he falls in the pit. I'm not quite totally
Better co-star.
burned.
Right, exactly. I agree.
I think I could crawl out if I tried.
Did you see the new one? What was it, Sherlock or Holmes with him?
Oh,
and,
that got panned worse than any movie that was ever made, I think.
yeah,
right?
but was it good?
I don't know.
I don't care what
It
critics
got
say.
such horrible ratings that it was
Beth
like...
took a page out of your book. The guy who played the pedophile in the skits with Gildan Radner, his name I don't know. Well said.
Was that Rosanna
that
Dana?
was
Where's
Buck
our
Henry.
Google link for that,
She's
Beth?
talking about Buck Henry.
Buck Henry,
Remember
okay.
Buck Henry was the
Questions were 10
pedophile
points.
character.
Next questions were 10 points. How many concerts have you been to, excluding local band shows? Because we know a lot of local bands.
Over 100 dead shows at least, so I don't even know.
Over
how
100
many.
dead shows? Really?
Just
You were-
dead shows alone. Over
Are you
100.
serious?
Yeah,
When'd
I
you cut
followed
your
them
hair?
up and down the East Coast. I'm 50 years old.
That's not what I asked you. When'd you cut your hair?
Oh, I had giant Jufro when I followed the
Did you
dead.
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that's
those are
naturally
different
curly.
days. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are, back in the 80s. I might actually go and see Dead and Friends with the guy that I used to tour around with. We would just put up a tent and take acid and do whippets for weekends straight and eat, veggie burritos in the parking lot. Here's the thing about dead shows, though. It would be 100,000 people. There wouldn't be one fight. Nothing would be stolen. It was like, people could coexist. Like you've never seen.
Homie.
And they shared their drugs.
And everyone
No,
shared
they-
everything.
they
People will walk around like
bartered.
this and go, I need a miracle. And people will just give them a
They'll
ticket.
give you a purple pill for a balloon full of fucking nitrous.
I saw a guy on a bicycle with a nitrous balloon, and just as the balloon went in, he just boom, down to the ground, and the balloon caught his face. So,
dude, that's a challenge. Do that on MLK.
No.
Oh, you got to hope the balloon catches you.
So do you haven't? You said what? Over 100.
Over 100.
Over 100 dead shows alone. So I'm going to say at least 200 concerts in my life. Yeah, and those are big shows. I'm not even talking about just
you know 50. Do the math.
150. Yeah, that's a lot of. I saw a lot of shows.
Like, are you including ones your parents took you to? Like,
No.
Like
I
the
mean, I
Strawberry
started.
Festival.
I mean, my first concert was Van Halen, 1984. That was the album and the year. That was my first concert. So that was the first concert I got to go to alone.
Smitty says 23. Like he's on the stand. I mean, that's pretty fucking precise, dude. 23.
Yeah, I don't even know.
We have 30. We have 3. We have 15. 10. Mike, what would you guess? I mean, it's obviously,
I thought maybe 15.
That's what I'm going to go with about 15 to 20. And those are the ones I remember.
Yeah.
And
but
then
there's, well, never mind.
But Beth says you all met at a Dead show years ago. We won't talk about that now because we got to keep moving.
Right.
All right. So.
Oh, am I supposed to?
Yes, hit it.
Go ahead.
7 people said over 50, which I'm going to give Beth 50 for that. 5 said too many to count. 5 said 15. 3 said 10. And 3 said over 100, which I thought was unbelievable until now. Because I believe you.
Crazy.
I totally did. I did. We would
I
go.
believe you.
I would see 6-7 shows in a row before I went back home. Then we go back out.
Next question is worth 10 points. Number 4. Name a famous Steve. I'm going to give you a hint. Lazlow was not in the top.
Or Weinstein.
I also have. There are no evil Steves. And I'm not talking about PH here.
You've never seen what Scuba Steve did to me when I was a kid.
Oh no!
I wipe my own
Are you
ass.
sure he wasn't a PH?
I'm not sure he wasn't my dad.
There you go.
And no evil Steves. I never thought about that.
No. I mean, the guy invented the iPad. People said he was a total asshole, but he gave us that most incredible device. So
yeah, it's
Steve Jobs. There are no evil Steves.
It's subpar. I mean, it's not a droid. All right, so listen.
All right.
You got Steve Harvey.
Steve Lazlow.
What's your answer? Steve Martin, Steve Jobs,
Martin.
Jobs, Martin.
Jobs. Stephen Brody Stevens.
Steve Brody Steve.
That's the guy who just killed himself.
I know.
Enjoy it. Positive energy.
Positive energy.
That was his whole thing, and then he killed himself.
Well,
So it was
that's-
really fucked for me
that's-
because he was kind of like
Would
a
that
positive
actually be
force in my life.
oxymoron?
Yeah, he stopped taking his meds.
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin, what a crazy death that was.
That's how it works.
And everybody
It's
was,
like God.
Nobody
maybe
was
there
surprised.
is a God.
Yeah.
Maybe there is because
Steve
it just like
McQueen?
zip, just zapped him.
Right.
He was dead before he even hit the surface.
Crocodiles.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, there's an actual thing where stingrays jump out of boats and stab people. That's not new.
Right.
But nobody knew that.
Yeah. I don't know how. I mean, they're
Well,
huge.
there's an actual thing where crocodiles eat people, and he still wrestled them.
Right.
I mean,
he said,
the one he was
fine.
holding was 200 pounds. You know, it was
The stingray?
yeah.
Oh.
but
Yeah.
That's how shit happens. Is like, look at Houdini.
But for it to get you right in the heart like that,
A little shot to the gut, and the fucker couldn't take it.
well, he wasn't ready. He wasn't tensed up.
That's worse than the YouTube guy that got shot with the phone book.
All right, let's do this.
That's crazy. That YouTube video.
10 people said Steve Martin. 8 said Steve Harvey. 5 said Steve Irwin. 4 said Scuba Steve. And 2 said Steve-O.
Scuba Steve.
Last one
Steve-O.
is worth 30 points. Last one's worth 30 points. Here we go. If you could choose one thing to never have to do again, what would it be?
Watch Open Mic Live.
Talk about Kyle Roos.
If you could choose one thing that we know you will do again.
One thing that I would never want to do again I've never done it, but I would say colonoscopy sounds really bad.
That's a weird thing to not ever want to have to not do again.
It wasn't answered.
Is it up there? Is it
I didn't say that. It was an answer, though.
I could see that.
Yeah, why would you ever want to do that twice?
Depends on who you are. Well,
Even still.
depends on if you like that. What's that
even still.
IPA drink you were saying earlier? Gold.
Yeah,
that's
no,
different.
that's total-
That's a prostate
Yeah,
side.
that's not
I know, but
guard,
you
that's
drink
not
golden shower
That's a
beer,
prostate
there's good chance-
pilsner.
that's not 6 feet of garden hose.
Oh, I can take it.
That's what she said. What a sweet baby. You gotta stop trying to fuck me though, dog. I'm not like that. You gotta.
Masturbate?
Yeah, he's in counseling.
Why would you never want to have to masturbate again?
Oh my god, I'd lose my mind.
Snook says shave. Tip says work. Glick says work. Jake says pay taxes. Yeah, because you make money, bitch. Those poor people don't give a shit. We give taxes back.
Sorry, I'm back with the taxes.
Jimmy and Mary say surgery.
Fuck taxes.
Tiff says good one. Lisa.
Should be a flat tax.
Smitty says masturbate. What do you... Dude, that's one of my... What? Beth says clean the toilet after he masturbates. No, that's not what she said. Clean the toilet. Pick up dog shit.
Oh, I have a whole theory.
Yeah, I'm not a
about
fan. I hate doing it, but I miss my old dog because she never did that.
Are you the dog shit person?
I have to pick it up.
Yeah,
I'll pick
my
it up.
wife's the dog shit person.
Oh, my wife's the icky
I do a
person.
whole bit about it. Every couple has the secretion person. So, like, if the dog throws up, I'll be like, Beth, dog threw up. She never says, like, why don't you pick it up? I don't know. So she does it.
She
So
does
I don't
it?
argue
Oh.
that. I let her be the secretion person.
After
Are you the secretion
After the last, my other one had kidney failure.
So you had to
So
clean up the
I
piss?
mean, there was no picking up. There was washing the carpet.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So this one's not a problem now. What do you want?
Kick off or something?
What happened?
What? He had to clean up the urine.
What? What's wrong? What happened?
It went away.
happened?
Anyway, all right, so let's do this. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So 7 people said shave, which would have been my answer. 7 said work. 6 said take this survey. 6 said get sick, and 2 said what? Chores. Which there's only 2 people.
No one said colonoscopy?
One person did.
Oh, so I don't.
That's one person actually said colonoscopy.
Because who wants
But
that?
since it was way too long to type out, no. So you only get the top 5. That's why. Basically.
Oh, okay. Right.
So here's the thing: is winner, chicken dinner. Snooks won with 40 points. Snooks wins with 40 points. She already has the CD that is being given out.
What's the next one?
She needs to. Is that how that works?
That's what I would say. The next one's 30 points.
I was going to say she picked someone.
All right, Lisa, pick somebody.
Lisa, pick someone to get you. It'll be like the Kelly and what's that dickhead's name?
Ryan.
Yeah, Kelly and Ryan show. Yeah,
Is that the right
pick
one?
someone in the audience to win the prize with you.
You act like I've watched the show.
I don't.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Regis and Kelly.
Oh, Regis and Kathy Lee.
Your dog's such a strange wombat.
He's he's weird.
So Lisa will pick who wins that. For now, we're going to take a break. Quick break. This is going to be a quick one song.
Yep.
We'll come back. Full Harmo with Mike. Back to Lazlow. Give him some time, some appreciation for coming all this way. And everyone else, suck it.
Cam Bertrand. You're listening to Open Mic Live.
What?
Google it. Google it.
Are we back, Mike?
Google it.
Are we back?
Google it.
Can they hear us?
Google it.
I'm gonna Google that
Can they
shit.
hear
You just can't see it. Oh, there we are. Welcome back to Open Mic Live. Sandy, you want to tell them about our friends?
Sure, let's do this quick, right?
Go.
Gotta do it quick. All right, so every Tuesday night from 9 to 11, and every Saturday night from 8 to whenever they decide to pass out, is the Show with No Name. The Show with No Name on the No Name Network, which we are also aired on live tonight. The Show with No Name is a phenomenal show with a Canuck and a Yankee. All right, every Wednesday night, I'm going to do this as quick as possible. My hero, my draft pick, The Kevin Holly Show. The Kevin Holly Show is the greatest show on earth if you're passed out. Good show, great show. Catch it. The Kevin Holly Show every Wednesday night from 8 to 11. Don't worry, he only talks for 15 minutes. The rest is breaks and stories. All right, every Friday night, Spicoli TV. Spicoli TV, the veteran of what we do. This guy has history. This guy has... Does he have as much knowledge as you?
Who? Spicoli?
Yeah.
Oh, way more.
Way more now. That's why his show's good. So every Friday night, Smitty and Spicoli on Spicoli TV from 9 to 11 or 12, whenever they decide to go off. Saturday night, there's a Periscope show with a guy named Glick that has currently gotten a new girlfriend, so now it's just the Pissy Whip show. Check it out. It's awesome. He gets drunk, get yelled at. He talks to her. Awesome show. I'm a very good promoter. So then Thursday nights, right after us, is DTPTV on the IRNBroadcast.com, IRNBroadcast.com. DTP is a band, Deviate the Plan, that has in their studio all the other local bands. They play live, quality audio, ask them a few questions, move forward. Great show, good opportunity for any local band. Right after that, the show I race home to watch, Nitwit.tv. Nitwit.tv, music-based trivia, if you will. My computer sucks. My fingers aren't fast enough, so I lose every fucking game, but it's a blast listening to music that I hate. So Nitwit.tv, check it out. The guy's phenomenal. He's hilarious. His wife is beautiful. Nitwit.tv. Now, right now, we are going full Harmo. Full Harmo with Mike. It's been 2 weeks. This shit better be good with a goddamn harmonica bigger than you.
It's not going to be great, but I did learn quite a few songs. I'm going to just do a little riff tune this week from Tim's Tiny Tunes. Just because I want to work on another song or the song a little bit more for next week. So this is just a little toots, just a little bit of getting you back into the Open Mic Lab. We're back.
I Facebook Lived it.
Did you? Fantastic.
It did.
Oh my god!
Now it's playing back.
What?
I'm sending that to Kyle. See if we can do something with this. No.
It's out there.
You know somebody that can manage me?
I hear he's got connections. All right, Michael. Good job,
So
brother.
next
Good job.
week,
Favorite
I will
song there.
definitely have a song that people should know. It's actually a Green Day song.
Okay, beautiful. Whether they know it and understand it,
Way
when you
to
play it, it's two
fucking
different fucking things.
Oh, you know what? Just for that. I'm just kidding.
Was that a Russian ballad you just
Next
played?
week.
What was
I'm
that?
glad you were here for Silent Night.
No,
That
it's-
was
No, that's a harmonica series I found on YouTube, but that I have to listen to find the notes, and then I just mimic what he does, and it's a different way to learn scales.
So, Steve, real quick, because we didn't get to you, which sucks, but 50 years old.
Old man.
2 days ago was your 30th anniversary of the very first time you did stand-up
The
comedy?
12th, yeah. March 12th, 1989. I went up at Eastside Comedy Club. And
Where's
Kevin
that
James on Long Island. Kevin James, I think, started maybe 6 months before that. So then I became part of the Eastside Players, so we did improv
What a
and
gay
stand-up.
name that is.
I know. Well, it was Eastside Comedy Club. And so many brilliant people came through there. And, we did clubs and colleges, and it was awesome. I was 20 years old. So,
How old were you when you moved here?
Yeah. What's that?
How old were you when you moved to Florida?
Oh, God, I moved here in 06, so 13 years ago.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And then I moved to New York, back to New York City, and did comedy there. And then after 9/11, I figured we're all going to die. I might as well chase my dreams. So I quit my job as a marketing director because I'd always been a marketing director and a comedian. So it's hard to say, look, I'm not going to be here on Friday. I might be back sometime Monday. They didn't want that. They wanted 80 hours a week. So then I said, fuck it, I'm going to chase my dreams. I'm going to L.A. And my wife, why she went with me, I don't know. And we went. We both quit our jobs, sold our house, and moved to L.A. And I got some respect out there, and I was a unpaid regular at the Comedy Store. And I worked for a very brief time for Mitzi Shore, and she told me incredible stories. And I never got my name on the wall. I got in front of her 7 times. She told me no. She told me that I hold Jews to a higher standard. That's what she told me.
That's like some kind of reverse racism.
Well, a lot of comics are Jews, so I guess she figured you got to really fucking bring it. Then she asked me, why do you pretend to be Italian? Because I hung out with Wheels Parisi, he's Italian, and a little bit with Sebastian, and he's Italian. I guess she just figured, I don't know, but I'm from New York, so. And then I had my first daughter, and my wife's like, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to Tampa, where her mother had moved from Long Island down here. And I couldn't say no. By that time, I was 36 years old, so I'd always wanted a kid, too, you know.
So the first time you got on stage,
I was 20.
What was the crowd like in front of you? Do you remember that?
Yeah, and people came out to see me, my friends, and it was packed in so tight that they were walking across the back of the stage to go to the bathroom, which I've never seen since. And I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed that they were doing it. But
were you on stage? No,
but the MC was who's still a friend of mine. This woman named Joan St. Ange. Excuse me, and she's the one who ran the improv group and booked us all in the clubs and colleges. She actually gave Kevin James his last name. His real last name is Niffing, and he was living in St. James. And he was like, I don't know, it should be Kevin St. James. And she was already Joan St. Ange, which is her actual name. So she's like, why don't you just be Kevin James? And boom, that was his name.
Now, see, listen, when they change actors and last names,
right. His name was a
situation where that needed to happen.
His name was Niffing, Knipfing. And his brother is Gary Valentine, was Gary Niffing, who was on his show a bunch of times.
Yeah, I know. Right.
Who's going to be at Side Splitters, I think.
That's insane. Have you ever seen him? Have you ever seen either one of their stand-up?
Of course. I started out with them.
So what do you mean by started out with them?
So Kevin did his first open mic 6 months before my first open mic. So then I was in These Side Players with Kevin, and we did clubs and colleges. And
do you wish you would become better?
I did improv
friends?
with him, and we actually argued about the first Gulf War, and I'm a total liberal hippie, and he's a Republican, and so we didn't, I said they're shooting shoeless kids in the back, and he was like, fuck that, and so we argued about, and just like now, I'm so anti-Trump, and I don't shut up about it.
Right.
Yeah, fuck that.
I mean, we don't talk about it on here just because it's...
I understand. It's very polarizing.
This is the most serious conversation
it's very
we've had.
Right. It's very polarizing.
It's very,
so then I started in New York, then I went to L.A., and then I came here, and I've been here since 06. I'm a regular at the Improv. I'll be there April 4th. I've tried to help as many people as I could when I got here. I've helped a whole bunch of comics. I've tried to, you know what I mean? And, I got
to tell you, I've talked to several comics. I know the majority of the comics in this area, other than the new, you know what I mean? I'm pretty deep. I mean, I go out to a lot of shows. And I talk to them. And I've heard from people I respect and that I trust that you have been good for this, that you have made comics money, that you have presented opportunities. So that's not in question here.
Plus, I've been at it 30 years. If I was fucking around, I would have a reputation.
My question is, you and Kevin James were doing open mics at the same time.
Right.
What's the difference in the paths that ended up taking place?
I didn't make friends with Ray Romano.
Correct, right?
Here's another thing. Kevin, squeaky clean, driven like I've never seen in my life. Now, I was fucking around. I was young, and he had his mind set on what he wanted and how he was going to get it. And he did just that. And he's incredibly talented, which I don't think it's been reflected in any of his movies. You saw it a lot more in his show. You know, and that's just because they saw that as a marketable thing, so they Paul Blarded him.
Right.
But I've done stand-up and improv with him, and he's brilliant, man. He's brilliant.
Stand-up, dude.
And here's the thing about improv. It's give and take, and he would give. He would, you know what I mean? He didn't try and own the scene. He would, he would, so.
And that question wasn't to separate you from him.
No, not at all.
To let people know it is that. It's drive and timing
and luck.
Connections.
And luck. So you made friends with Ray right at the right time, then Ray got the show. Ray was supposed to be on news radio with Phil Hartman. I never met Ray until later on. I met him at the Cellar. Ray was supposed to be on news radio, that show with Phil Hartman and Andy Dick and Joe Rogan. And it was Joe Rogan's first show. Ray, up until the point where they filmed the pilot, I think, was the Joe Rogan character. He was the guy, but he was going to be a bumbling handyman. But then they brought in Rogan as the guy who was like, you know, he could do anything tech. They flipped the whole character. So Ray, like, up until the point it was going to film, was like, I'm going to be on this show. This is awesome. And then they said, we're sorry, we're going in another direction, and gave it to Rogan. So he said, fuck this. He moved back to New York from L.A., and he went on Letterman. And Letterman saw him and said, I see 100 shows there. And Worldwide Pants made Everybody Loves Raymond. And then he got his own show instead.
I got to tell you, I hate laugh track shows.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm just
right.
It's not even that some of them aren't.
No, I agree. I agree.
Record, but it just ruins it for me.
Yeah, the way they sweeten it, just it's
don't
so
tell
fake.
me when to laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually didn't even start watching Everyone Loves Raymond until it
repeats.
was long gone.
Yeah.
And someone said, "Just watch it."
Just great writing.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Dude, it's pretty good.
It's great writing.
It is pretty good.
It's great writing.
When are these assholes going to learn that you can't send Kramer off on his own? You can't send the brother off on his own.
Right.
When are they going to learn that it just doesn't work?
What are the great sitcoms now? What are they? Even
what was
anymore?
the last good spinoffs? Were what? The Simpsons? That was fucking.
What are the
from Tracy Ullman back in the day?
I mean, you're dating yourself, but yeah, I can't think of any off the top
dating myself.
of my head.
He's 50.
Yeah, well,
hey man,
You win
listen,
Simpsons.
man, my bars hang real low. No one believes I'm 50, and it's awesome.
I wouldn't.
Really
Actually,
pisses off my wife.
I'm 45. And
America's Dad's
right
spun
around
off
me.
of
Right.
Family Guy, right?
I
I
pretend
look
to be
way more 50 than you do.
I pretend to be 38.
The other thing says,
I
"Hey,
am
Mike."
38.
Oh, Peter. So when you've been doing it 30 fucking years, dude.
30
right?
years.
Were you
It's such a thankless fucking bitch. Show business is the worst of all businesses. It breaks your heart
Try being a
over
co-host
and
of a
over.
stupid fucking podcast.
Try being a host.
Go ahead.
It just always, I came up with this show called Frederick, which is a reboot for Frasier, which I'm trying to sell to them right now. And it seems to me that he got my script and likes it a lot, and he's going to have someone else write it. So the whole idea is
That's how that works.
Yeah.
That sucks, right?
The pitch is that it's Frederick now, and his son has become a detective in Boston, and he lost his wife in the marathon bombing. So Frasier moves in with him to help raise the son, who's named Martin. So now Frasier is the father who doesn't fit in,
Like the therapist
with the son.
Frasier?
Yeah. So it's really
Yeah,
the same
it's
show,
coming back.
but it's generational. So that's what I pitched to him, and it looks like he really likes it from what I see online because he's having other people write it. It's very strange, but I'm not out of it yet. That big manager I mentioned before that wanted to take Kyle's show, but not have Kyle as the host, is toying with me that he might try and get them to take a look at me, or at least let me get in the room and pitch it.
Worse things. No.
Well, it's called Frederick, and let me tell you, if they make my show and I am not part of it, that'll probably be it for me.
Crushing, right?
With show business. I'll
Yeah.
probably be fucking done.
And that's the thing is,
I'll be done.
You know how many people that are now successful have gone through those situations
Well, of
to get
course.
to their. But man, you really gotta want that. Like
well,
to deal with that. That's goddamn. That's got to be. It's.
I almost died on February 4th, and that's the same day that John Mahoney, the guy who played the father in Frasier, died. So I was in a coma. They must have had the TV on, and it said that he died. So in my dream, he came to me and gave me this idea, completely realized idea. Okay? And when I woke up, I had and I started writing it. And at that point, I did some research, and it said that Kelsey Grammer never wanted to play that character again. He had done it for 20 years,
Right.
and that's why he wouldn't do a reboot. But I was compelled to write it anyway, and I kept doing it. I was almost done with it when I saw that he was looking for scripts. And I've been fighting to get it to him ever since. I just tweeted at him the other day that...
Do you tweet? Are you a tweeter?
Well, not.
It's necessary, right?
Yeah, I tweet. I mean, but I'm just like, I'm so desperate now to just try and do anything I can to be like, look over here. Because I think he likes the idea because the way he's talking about it, he sure seems like he does. So I said, at Kelsey Grammer on 2/4/18, I almost died from ketoacidosis. In my coma, I had a dream and I met John Mahoney. In that meeting, he gave me the idea for a series called Frederick. I've tried to get it to you many ways. I've been a fan since Cheers. Let me pitch. So hopefully I can get in the room and try and pitch it to him. I don't know. I've sent it to him every which way I can think of. So
that's the key. It's not a matter of sending it. It's a matter of resending it.
Oh, dude, you got to try every angle you know.
Right. Right. Send it from someone else's profile.
Why this guy is toying with me and not maybe he gave it to one of his writers. I don't know.
So you're married. Beth's been in here.
Yeah,
How long have you been married?
22 years. I met her 27
At
years
a dead
ago.
show.
Yeah, 27 years ago. I met her at a comedy show. She was in the audience heckling me.
That's
yeah.
So you married her. Good job.
Exactly.
I hate comedy. I love you.
After that, I made a rule never to go to a second location with anyone from the audience.
Hey, unfunny guy, you want to bang?
You never go. Yeah, never go. And we've been together ever since. Yeah,
that's awesome. And you have children or child?
Yeah, I have two daughters, 11 and 14.
11 and 14.
Yeah, and they're
11
both
and 14, and those are your excuses for not coming here?
Well, that was years ago. That was also years ago. They were younger. They're such great kids. Like I feel like I can die because I made them, and they're right. You know what I mean? Like I broke the chain of dysfunction in my family and hers. I think she feels the same way. So the kids are like our best achievement.
Like there's no gift greater than that. I mean,
oh yeah, yeah. Like
I can't imagine.
It's also the hardest thing you'll ever do, but it's so you don't even realize till you have the kids how empty your life was. It's
I don't. I have a pet.
Oh, all right, do you have kids?
I have a small dog and a big rabbit. So
it's not as described.
So we got a couple minutes left, real quick. Give some people information that you want them to know, because this is where
April 4th, I'll be at the Tampa Improv. I am trying to cast Homebrew 2.0 right now.
What day of the week is April 4th?
April 4th is a Thursday. March 23rd, Divine is going to be Rio Paris headlining. He's written a whole new hour.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
So he is so awesome. He's a natural. Like what I saw in Kevin James, I see in Rio. That same, not that they're the same at all, but that same energy that where he's so worlds better than everyone else.
What a naturally awesome person.
I totally agree, man. He can admit when he's wrong and fight for when he's right. And what he wrote in Tampa Bay Comedy, I fucking cried when I read it.
And so what we'll do is
he's definitely my brother from another.
Listen, you're always welcome on any of our pages, any of our groups. I'll share anything you want.
I want to come back.
Anything you want. We'll bring you back in.
Oh, and every Wednesday, the open mic at Divine. We start at 8:30.
Whoa. I heard that was somebody else's show.
No, that was always mine.
Divine Brewery.
Divine Brewery.
Awesome place. Awesome
great
venue,
bands, great music, great beer.
Great host.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
We just did an ad.
Smitty said, "Thanks for the shout out, Stan. Take 2 weeks off more often."
Divine Brewery, Steve Lazlow, both great people, both great.
It's a great venue. It's a great comic. Steve Lazlow's my favorite comedian. I mean, it's close between Pryor and Lazlow.
Yeah, I'll take Kevin James.
So listen, actually, my favorite of all time, which is weird, is Mike Birbiglia, because he tells stories like no one has ever
I want to say
Yeah, it's a weird choice.
I really hope that this is going to help.
Oh, dude, I thank you so much for having me, guys. And just so we can just get it all out there and maybe just move on. I just want to move on and get back to making people laugh.
Mike thinks we're a real radio show, so we have like hard times in and outs and shit.
See you next week. Love you.
So
Bye.
say is, no, wait, no!
I turned you on.
I just want to say thank you, Mike, for being a part of my show.
Oh, thank you for letting me be a part of your show.